another episode of Horror High, where higher learning really is higher learning. Here are your hosts, Dr. Jayhem and Mr. High.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to Horror High. We're your hosts, Dr. Jayhem.
And I'm Mr. High. Happy to be back. We missed a couple of weeks there, in the beginning of this year, but should be a good time moving forward, and we can definitely say that we're gonna have a good time with these edibles that we just recently got that are fucking delicious from Heavenly Sweets.
Heavenly Sweet.
Oh, Heavenly Sweets.
Sweet, yes.
Either way, they're bomb, man. And them chili lime Cheez-Its, the best things I'd ever had in my entire life. Like, no lie.
Absolutely, and they also have these gummies. Actually, we've tried quite a few things. This is the berry crunch treat. It kind of tastes like Captain
Crunch marshmallow bar, cereal bar,
like a Rice Krispie treat made with Captain Crunch.
Oh my god!
But the fruity punch, or the fruity one,
and the lemon buddies.
I want to put milk on them.
I can't stop eating them, man. I could sit there one sitting just tearing them up.
But the gummies. Oh, and the other thing, you get to watch us. Hi, guys.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We're about to put this one on YouTube.
That's right. But the gummies that we have, they're fast-acting gummies, and that's the biggest complaint I hear about people. You got to wait like an hour, sometimes even longer. These are fast-acting gummies. They say 5 to 7 minutes.
No joke.
They're delicious, though. All the stuff was so good.
Big fan.
Chili lime, Cheez-Its, probably my favorite.
Hell yeah, I would agree.
But yeah, anyway, we're glad to be back. We're glad you guys can watch us now, and we're going to jump into some stuff. So this week's report cards, we have Aftershock and The Exorcist.
Dude, we've been talking about how The Exorcist is one of our favorite movies forever. I really can't wait to talk about that one. I love it.
It's like fucking wine. I watched it.
Gets better every time I watch it, man. I swear.
I don't even know how I miss certain things, and I'm just like, holy fuck, this is so fucking scary. Mm-hmm. You know?
There's so many great like undertones to where you can always see something new throughout this movie, and
absolutely.
It's a great one, man. If this isn't in someone's top 10 or top 3,
there's something wrong.
There's something wrong.
You're not
with
a
you,
true horror fan.
In my opinion.
In my opinion, too. I agree.
You want to start off without Aftershock, right?
I want to start with Aftershock, yeah, because we saved that one for last.
Oh, The Exorcist for sure, man, because that's got to be our new number one. What was the Conjuring, right? What was that?
You remember? It was way up there.
That has to be 99, right? Was that one 99?
No, I don't think it was. I think it was 98 something.
I thought we were going to give it 100%, but then it changed to 99, but it might be 98.
Yeah, we
might be right.
So, Aftershock. Aftershock caught me off guard. It was actually really good.
Dude, it was a very impressive movie.
I agree.
And for something that came out in like 2012, it didn't seem like it had too much of the big budget, but there was a lot of good practical effects in it that made it seem like everything that was going on was real. This movie was amazing, and Nicholas Lopez, the director, did a great job doing everything that what the fuck do directors do? They do everything.
They do everything.
They do a good amount. Yeah.
It's their vision. So basically, it was he takes the story and shows how he interprets it. And he did a great job. That was fucking scary. There was a couple things I questioned. Probably not so much his fault as much as the script. Like, the fucking criminals. If there's a fucking disaster and the fucking wall of the prison breaks down, I'm not going to go out like 10 steps beyond the wall and just be like, I got to kill. I'm running. I'm getting in a fucking boat, a car, and I'm getting the fuck out of there until I'm in the next country. Then I'll start killing.
The criminals don't really seem like the most rational kind of people. They don't think like regular people.
I know, but
that's just what I'm saying. I guess I don't. Maybe there's a reason why you're not a criminal.
I guess, but I think that's just common sense
or
survival instinct. You don't want to go back to jail. Get the fuck out.
That's true, but there was a great movie written by Stephen King called The Shawshank Redemption that says when you're institutionalized, you're institutionalized. Maybe they didn't give a fuck about getting away.
Maybe.
That's just my opinion.
Right.
You know, there's always something like throughout this movie there was the guy who dressed like the firefighter who was trying to get away for the most part until they discovered him.
And then he was like, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah. Oh,
I gotta
that's
kill
right. He did. He was jonesing for a kill, man. But they were in the fucking basement or in the whatever. I guess they just thought it was free reign. I don't know.
I started to think he wasn't on the up and up when that lady wouldn't let him in. When they got that, that's where I was like, no.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, that was good, man.
I'm not gonna lie, it took me all the way until he was trying to kill a motherfucker that I realized that.
Like,
wow, they fucking flipped the script on me.
Why'd this fireman all of a sudden freak the fuck out?
God damn, Nicholas Lopez, you pulled the rug right out from under my feet, my friend.
But
the cast in this was amazing.
I'm not an Eli Roth fan, and that's why I probably passed over this movie more than once. You know, because the Hostels, I know they have their market and their audience.
Oh yeah, people
just
love
not
them.
my thing. Wasn't into it so much, but this, and the cast. You're right. Eli Roth is actually in it,
and a lot of the other people in it were, you know, actors who had worked with Eli Roth in previous movies. I think he had a couple of people from Hostel, and there were definitely a lot of people from the Green Inferno.
Right.
So it seemed like a really tight-knit or
they're probably
close,
all friends,
friendly, like, relationship type. You know, he's even married to one of them, Kylie Ariel Levy, or not Ariel Levy, I'm sorry, Lorenza Izzo.
Not that there's anything wrong with that if he was married to Ariel Levy.
Yeah. Hey, you do you.
But Lorenza Izzo.
Dude, like I thought the acting in this, and I agree with you on Eli Roth sometimes. He's like one of them, like, weird-minded people who likes the gore. He likes you know, like a lot of torture stuff. Yeah,
that's
and
how
him and James
are.
Wan, started that whole idea of torture porn, or didn't start it, but were branded with that label of torture porn, and because of the Saw movies and the Hostel movies. But this one isn't like that, and it's just him acting, and as an actor, it's a great job.
Absolutely. He did a really good job. And like I said, when I see his name, I'm usually like, this is going to be like hard to fucking watch, you know, ripping people's eyelids off and pouring salt in them and shit like that. But no, this actually, like I said, it was really surprising.
I agree.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, what were you thinking for acting? And you were going to ask me the same thing.
You're reading my
Great
mind,
minds,
Dr.
man.
Jayhem.
Great. You know,
I'm
Liz,
thinking
it's our lemon buddy Bond.
That has to be it, man. The lemon
It is
buddy
our little
Bond.
lemon buddy. You should try one of these.
Yeah, let me get one of those. Get a little handful.
No.
For acting, honestly, I'm thinking that this deserves somewhere between a 70, 75. Maybe I could even be talked up a little more. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, because I feel like the last few weeks we've really been
up there
and over accentuating. I feel like we got to come down to earth a little bit more. And Aftershock wasn't like a top tier fucking performance from, you know, any of these people. It probably actually was top tier for some of them, but you know, it didn't translate on there very well, or as well as, you know, a B grade deserves.
So what'd you say, 70?
70, 75, maybe a little bit more. I can't go more higher than 80. I can't do it.
No, I wouldn't go higher than 75. I would go 75 only because I don't know that they're all like seasoned actors. I think they're really, you know, and it's more like he got his friends together and made a movie, which is really cool. And they did a pretty good job as Beliebo. The dude that played...
was this Lionsgate? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
I can't remember. The dude that played Pollo was Nicholas Martinez. He was really good. He was really believable as that dude, you know? The dude who was throwing money around in the club, and, you know, he was good. I liked his character a lot. So, I would say 75 because they weren't seasoned actors, and they made it believable. And it looked like they had a good time making it, so yeah. Cool.
Yeah. It seemed like a great passion project for most of them, I'm sure. And... you know, we've talked. We did our last episode on disaster movies. That's why we're doing this one. But you know, this is like one of them truly horrifying fucking disaster movies, and they really focus on fear from nature and human sides.
Right. Humans are always the worst, though.
Oh, they really are. They really are, 100%, man. So talking about that, we're going into our next subject, story, and I thought the story was great because it kept you thinking, you know, these people weren't safe on any side. Like we said, there was the human terror and there was the natural disaster terror that, you know, you had to worry about on both sides. You know, there was all this falling debris. Eli Roth gets trapped under a fucking what was it, cinder block falling down, or some part rock of a street or something. Right. Just big rock like traps him.
Oh, and you know you're dying.
Mm-hmm.
You knew
and that's
dying.
Not even the worst part.
Right.
The people that come up and torture him, you know, is crazy.
They peed on him.
Dude.
Didn't they pee on him?
I think they did pee on him. Yeah, man. They did not make life easy for him.
He was under a fucking boulder, bleeding, choking on his own blood, and they peed in his face.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking disgusting.
Yeah, man. But for the storyline overall, like, all of it was really good, you know. It was really believable because, I mean, well, is Mexico a really active?
That wasn't Mexico.
It wasn't Mexico? Where were they? I thought they were in, like, well, it was Peru, right? South America.
I think it was Peru, yeah. Something like it. Chile, maybe.
Yeah, it might have been Chile. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or was it Argentina? It might have been Chile.
Yeah.
But, but either way, do they get a lot of earthquakes and like a lot of down there? A lot of tremors and shit? Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah, overall, it was like a believable story. You know, who doesn't want to go down to down to South America down to Chile for a vacation? Mm-hmm. You know, just relax and just, you got all this money. You're throwing money in the club. They're out there just getting it.
Right.
Women
Who knew
coming
there were
up
such
to them,
fucking
and then
trendy clubs in Chile?
Dude, I had no idea. I never. They had outside clubs in the woods and shit. That was so cool, man. I want to go out to Chile just for that. But then, you know, what do you think about the story?
I thought it was pretty original. I mean, like you said, it's like disaster twofold. You got to deal with, was it a tsunami? Or it was an earthquake and then tsunami or something?
Yeah, it was an earthquake.
Because they were trying to get...
Aftershock was caused the tsunami, yeah.
Because they were trying to get on the incline and get up. And what the fuck was up with the incline, dude? He was just fucking nasty as fuck.
He was the worst,
mad at Pollo.
He was what?
Pollo, because Pollo was trying to cut the line. He was like bribing people to get up to the top.
Mm-hmm, that's right, yeah.
But man, he was a dick. He was spitting on him and everything.
That guy was an asshole from the beginning before everything even started up, in my opinion. Right. It was all bull. That guy was on some shit, like...
But as far as it was a well-rounded story. That's what I'm saying. That even that little intricacy of that dude was kind of cool because it set the tone. Like, this fucking, outside of being in the club and having a good time, everything else here sucks. You know, seriously.
Yeah, for real, man.
But
not a lot of friendly people in the vendors.
No, at least not friendly towards them. And I did like, it's part of the story. Eli Roth's character, Gringo. I liked his kind of nerdy. He reminded me sort of Ross from Friends, you know, because he was talking about his kid trying to pick up the girl, and it's like, dude, what are you doing?
Dude, watching stuff like the history of horror, or he's also a part of a documentary with the Return of the Living Dead. Like, just listening to him and seeing him, he seemed like the perfect guy for that character because it was just really nerdy and like really like, you know, awkward. And he seems like that's the way he is in real life, in my opinion. Like, that's the way he looks,
like a dork
to a T, man.
Right. But no, for story, I would probably say, where would I go for story on this? It was good. It had some layers to it. It was kind of baklava.
This dude, man.
But no, it wasn't like too intricate. So I want to say for story, I would go between 75 and 80. And I could probably be talked in either direction if I had to be.
75 or 80 for a story.
Yeah, I think it's kind of solid. It was a solid story. It wasn't too deep, but there were the different levels. So,
all right, what about 76? It's not your bottom. All right, sounds good.
Yeah, because
it deserves that middle C range. Like, it was a very original story. There were a lot of, you know, there weren't any, you know, or holes or anything, and the twists and turns that they were putting out there, you know, you really weren't safe no matter where you were at. And it was awesome.
Usually I'm good at picking out like the twists.
You know what? Wait a second. I'm sorry. Let's do 78.
Okay.
Let's do 78.
Are you talking yourself
I talked myself up.
It was my mind. I was using my mind. My lemon buddy powers.
My man.
But yeah, no, it was a decent story. It was.
It was.
Maybe because I was expecting so bad from Eli Roth that it kind of gave it better. Special effects. What did you think about that?
I thought the special effects were awesome, man. With this being 2012 and them using a lot of practical effects for the falling debris, and all of the sets and the stages look like they were on.
Right? Everything.
It looked like everything was all practical. Besides, well, we already gave it away. The ending, the wave.
All right.
Besides that, obviously, you can't really do a tidal wave very well unless you're in the 30s and 40s in black and white with miniatures and shit.
Well, that's the thing about tsunamis. They don't look like a big fucking wave. It's like more of a surge, like just a big surge of water that comes in.
Yeah, and they kind of they made it look like that because they never show you the top of the wave in any of the shots that where she's like standing on the beach. So there was that real part, like the visual effects were nice, but I loved how they focused on the practical effects. Like that was my whole thing, and that's always been, I think our thing on this show was practical effects. We love watching movies with that realistic feeling to it, and it's amazing.
I take practical effects over CGI every time.
Every time, man.
If it's done right, even sometimes when it's not done right, it's still more fun.
I agree.
So special effects for this, it was all practical. There was some, but there wasn't too much other than throwing a bunch of blood. Right? Am I forgetting something?
Well, they had a couple of shots to the head. Like
they did. But were they close up?
I believe the one where you see the dude hiding behind the trash cans. You watch it the whole time. He points the gun, he shoots him, and then you see all the matter fly behind.
Pollo?
I think it was the bald dude. I don't remember.
Pollo,
was that Pollo?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I don't remember exactly who that was, but I think you're right.
Yeah, that was just scary.
Yeah, and there was a lot of great effects in the kills that they had, and all of the way they had like the blood just coming out of Eli Roth's mouth in waves and different waves, and then how he was like kind of like tearing from the seam. Like you don't really see it exactly, but you see him reaching to try to save that girl in the later scene.
Dude, he ratted her out.
He was such a bitch about that.
I forgot about that. He fucking ratted her out. That was so fucked up.
That was so fucked up, man.
He was dead. He was dead anyway. What do you think? They were gonna fucking lift the stone up off him and release him?
I know, right? Like, dude, didn't make sense at all.
Such a bitch too. He was like this.
He's over there. Yeah, that's exactly how it was,
dick.
man.
See? Fucking Eli Roth. I knew it.
Yeah, man.
Motherfucker.
All right, but that doesn't affect special effects.
It doesn't, but I just remembered what a fucking dickhead he was.
He really was about it. He was a bitch about that one.
Holy shit, I knew it. Yeah, that's right. There was a reason in that movie. I was like, motherfucker, do it again. He's all about killing bitches.
It is funny as hell.
Special effects, I still think, because they don't super stand out for me, they must not have been huge, but I could go.
Didn't they rip off the Lorenzo Izzo's leg at the end, or they cut it off with the axe or something? I thought there was a lot.
There might have been a lot of chopping.
I feel like there was a lot of dismemberment, and there was a lot of crushing.
Wasn't there a hand too in the club? A hand got cut off, or a finger?
Like in the elevator or something. Was it?
Like that.
I think so. I feel like there's a good amount. Like I think this deserves an 80% at minimum.
At minimum.
And
dude, that's high up compared to some other shit that we've rated.
Yeah, like.
I don't know. I think that's pretty high. I could go 78.
Ooh.
I think 78. I mean, I'm just saying 80. That's an 80.
Yeah. I mean, it's been
that's a
lot
B,
of,
right? That's a low B.
Yeah. What was wrong with the effects?
Nothing was wrong with it, but we've seen so much more done. I mean, it's fine.
Like what?
Like a lot of the stuff that we've seen.
All right.
Like as far as the fact, like what. I'm trying to think, like The Conjuring. What did we give The Conjuring for special effects? It was way up there, right?
Yeah. We gave that like an 88, a 90. No, for it to get a 98, 99, we would have had to give it a 95, 98. Yeah, in the high 90s.
And you're putting this 10 away from that issue?
No, you're thinking... I'm putting like 15, 18.
All right. Well, that's why I would think 78. I think that's fair for the amount that we saw, the amount of...
There was a lot in there, man.
I don't know. There was mostly just blood. I look at it this way. I think you and I could do that. I think
so?
I think we could come up with it and do that. Aside, the only thing that we couldn't do is like the big Well, we could. We get big styrofoam, fucking spray paint it gray like rocks and throw it at each other.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah. That's the practical effects thing.
It is.
I mean, you know, it's not like. I guess. I mean, if you think of it that way.
Not to
then
say
you
that
could
we
take
would
it
do
away
bad
from a lot of movies.
You could, because we could do better than a lot of them. I'm not saying that we could do this better. I'm just saying that we could come pretty close.
No,
to
that's not what I was meaning. Just like the effects. Yeah. Then we can do that for a lot of the like. If you think about it, like.
I just think that what they did effects wise was mostly blood. There was some cutting off of limbs and whatnot. Not a ton, and not like in your face. To what I remember.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm remembering wrong, you remember different, but I would say, that's why I'd say 78. I could do 80 if you're set on 80, but I thought 78
set on
was
80 if you can.
That's fine.
A good man right there.
I could do 80.
I feel like, you know, well, we don't need to keep going on with this. You know, special effects was
but fuck
good.
Eli Roth still.
See, I think that's what it is, man. You really affect your grades emotionally.
I have a list. Him, that Blair Witch bitch.
Heather Donahue.
And
you hate her.
And
I don't
what's
know
the other
why.
one? There's another one too.
Jennifer Carpenter. You hate Jennifer Carpenter.
Dexter's sister.
Don't make sense, man.
Too.
She is amazing, dude. In White Chicks, oh my god, I love her.
In White Chicks,
Quarantine, dude, she's the best in Quarantine, man. Come on,
she's
you're
a little
crazy.
over the top.
Whatever, man. No, I'm just kidding.
Terror Factor.
Yeah, man, Terror Factor.
This was scary.
It was.
I could see being in this situation and being like, holy fuck. I think 100%. I'd do some things differently. I'd probably find myself at least somewhere to get in, get my back to a wall, and have something in my hand.
That's true. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that'd be it. Put the people I'm with behind me, whatever. But yeah, it was really fucking scary because people are the scariest fucking monster.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. So I would say for Terror Factor for this, I could do no higher than 85, no lower than 80.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
No,
that's pretty high.
Is it?
Yeah, I think
it was pretty scary. If you can put yourself in that situation, it's pretty fucking scary.
Hell yeah, man! Like I said, just being on vacation, not like with an earthquake happening, is scary enough without adding people going around pillaging, plundering, killing, raping, doing all this crazy shit. You know, running around.
And
I could definitely see it. Like I'd go an 80.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
You're cool with that?
Yeah, because like I said, this movie surprised me. I really liked it.
Okay.
But yeah, the only thing that made it a little bit less scary was they really didn't know each other. So they didn't have a big, like, sure, you didn't want to see anyone you were with die, but if you had to, you'd fucking go.
Yeah.
You just fucking take it and be like, sorry, you should run faster.
Dude. Wait, I thought that,
I think the guys kind of knew each other.
Had a sister there.
Right,
her sister was there. And I think they were friends. I think they had friends from...
Well, I think the girls and the guys just met. I think the guys kind of were loosely friends.
Yeah, I think they were all... I think there was two groups of friends that just met up with each other at the club. Like, not, you know... But I think they all knew each other except for that, you know...
But did they know each other to put their lives on the line for one another?
Well, two sisters.
The sisters, yes. Obviously.
I thought that Eli Roth was related to the one guy, or Pollo, the rich dude, was related to someone else.
Chilean dude.
Yeah. I thought that there was a reason why Eli Roth went out there. It was to, like, visit them. So...
I can't remember because it jumped right into the story from the beginning. Yeah, it did, man. I think they were in a club at the opening, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have too much of a backstory, but they did.
It was good. It was a good movie. It was a good high energy, like jump in right from the fucking go and hot chicks. Man.
I agree, dude. All the casting, directing, or casting options were like they just did a great job picking people out. They did, like you said, there were hot chicks. Lorenza Izzo. Crazy. Who was the other one? Kylie, the girl who played Kylie.
This probably is my favorite Eli Roth.
Natasha Urovansky.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Right. Is there another movie I should like by him more? I'm not the hostage.
I loved Cabin Fever. Like I don't know why people didn't like that one.
But I think I like this more.
Really?
Yeah. I do. Which one? The one with Ryder Strong?
Yeah, Ryder Strong. Yeah. Yeah, I liked Cabin Fever,
man.
I
liked Cabin Fever, too. I did. I just think I could relate to this more.
You could do that. Okay, all right. All right, well, so talking about that, let's get right into production value. You know, it does seem like a really realistic movie overall, like the way it was all set up, the way the stages, you know, it looked like it was all filmed on location, so that gave it more of a realistic feeling overall. I thought they did a great job in all aspects.
Of course it was filmed on location. These motherfuckers took a vacation. So let's go have the company pay for the vacation. We'll shoot in Chile.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it did look cool. The clubs looked like I would expect the club in Chile to look, you know. Yeah, the incline, the cable car that went up the hill.
It looked exactly like
the
some shit out
extras
here.
were good, and they had to be, you know, Chileans. So, yeah, I'd say, what did you say? Did you give it a number?
I did not, but for my number, I could probably go up somewhere between 75, 80. Can maybe even talk higher.
I could do 82 to 80, 82. I can stick with 80. I can do 81.
Sounds good. Split.
Because,
split
I thought it had all the production value for sure.
Hell yeah, man. I think
I don't know what Chile looks like per se, but it fit.
That's how I would imagine.
That's how I would too.
I wouldn't see them really going wrong with, you know, replicating Chile if they had to. They could just look up pictures online.
Mediterranean looking, yeah. Even though it's not in the Mediterranean, right? Is it? No.
I'm not sure. I'm terrible with geography, man. And then you add, you know, heavenly sweet to it, and it makes it even worse.
That's right. So our overall grade for Aftershock, I keep wanting to call it Avalanche.
Do you really?
It's stuck in my head. But Aftershock.
Was there a movie called Avalanche?
I'm sure there had to be.
What's that movie with Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone? That's
it. But there's one. I think there is one called Avalanche.
I think so.
But
man.
the overall
Did you ever see Frozen? The movie Frozen. It was the one with it was a horror one.
That one?
Oh, we're gonna get sued. Don't sing it too long, bro. What's wrong with you? Disney's about their money.
I said let it
not
snow.
that one. I meant
it's a. Don't say Disney.
It was this movie called
dude,
Frozen.
With the.
Is it the dude from
the twin brothers?
Yeah. Was it the one from X-Men?
I don't know.
Okay.
They're identical.
They look exactly alike, man. They show up in like all these random movies.
That was a really good movie.
Hell yeah, it was. Especially the IFC movies.
What
they
would
show
you
up
call
in
it?
all of them.
Was that a disaster movie? Or
I don't think so.
really?
I feel like that was a tragedy. Because they just got stuck on that bitch, man.
I like how you say tragedy.
Fucking tragedy, man. That's what it was.
I think the Lemon Buddies are really hitting me right now.
That's what I like to
These were
hear.
not the rapid acting ones.
No?
No. 78.8?
78.8, man.
All right, cool. Oh.
Ooh, so our next homework assignment is something that we have been looking forward to forever, man. And, you know, it's probably everyone's favorite.
Not all of us were looking forward to it, because this motherfucker scares the shit out of me.
Dude, it's so scary. It's The Exorcist from 1973. It was the William Friedkin directed, William Peter Blatty originally written book. Great overall. Fucking rambling bullshit from Mr. High. But either way, great movie. Cast all-star. You got Max von Sydow, who was Jesus before this, in the greatest story ever told, and then went on to fight demons and shit in this movie as Father Merrin. Amazing.
Incredible, man.
Then you got Linda Blair as Reagan.
Poor kid.
Poor kid, yeah, for sure, dude. They put her through hell.
They sure did.
Ellen Burstyn as Chris McNeil, and then we got Father Karras, who was Jason Miller, and the Lee J. Cobb, who was Lieutenant William Kinderman. This acting,
it was great.
Was top notch.
It was great, dude. 73 this came out. If you watch this, and now I know, I'm sure the copy I watched was, you know, digitally whatever, and, you know, all that shit. But still, just the acting alone for 73 and the production, all of it, amazing.
Everything about it is great, and it's really one of the movies that you know, sparked like a new kind of practical effects type, you know, filled movie, but not filled with gore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was 1973. I don't know. I guess it really, dude.
There wasn't.
There wasn't a whole lot of gory movies out, but
No, and this one, I don't know if it's just getting older or what, but I'm watching this and I'm like,
I think these lemon buddies are hitting me pretty good right now. I'm over here rambling and
it
shit,
looks like
dude.
You're crying.
Does it look like I'm crying? It's because I love this movie so
emotional.
much.
It really touches me deep inside.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Dude.
What were you saying though?
Everything about this movie, hands down, is the best scary movie. Because now,
I don't know if I can say hands down.
For me, anyway, here's what I'm saying. So, The Conjuring, The Exorcist. When I saw The Conjuring, I said I haven't seen a movie that scary since The Exorcist, and I still agree with that.
Fucking right.
The thing that's different about these movies is anytime The Conjuring's on, I'm gonna watch the fucking Conjuring. If The Exorcist is on, I'm like, I don't know. If no one's home, no. Turn it off. If Mrs. Jayhem sleeping, I ain't watching this shit.
You're just not watching it at all.
That shit's too scary, man. Even the dog leaves the room when that's on.
It is, man.
It is. That shit is fucking scary. For 12 years, I went to Catholic school and all that shit. You need the religious side to be scared of the dark side. Mm-hmm. And I had that, so I fear shit like that, and it's scary to me.
And it hits you even more if you're a Catholic.
Absolutely.
Like, going to Catholic school and, living that sort of, being taught that sort of thing forever. Mm-hmm. It builds the fear to it. And this movie, just like, let's just get into acting before we get off subject.
Sure.
For acting, I think that it deserves somewhere between like a 95 to a 99. I could even be talked to 100. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh, man.
We can do this because the acting is amazing.
Can we break it down real quick by character?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Linda Blair was outstanding.
She's probably the greatest child actress to ever be put in a movie. That's probably, she had so many lines, she had so much stuff to do. I'm sure she was very uncomfortable the entire
not
movie.
Even factoring in how they fucking manipulated her and slammed her off the bed and everything else.
Yeah.
And just the shit she had to say as a child.
Oh yeah. I don't believe that was actually her, because there was a voice actress who played the demon that did those kind of scenes.
But when they show, I watched a documentary about it, and I thought they said that when they were showing her, she was actually saying it, and they just took her voice out.
Yeah.
So her lips.
She was that's true.
So that at her age, I think she was like 12.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I think so. 13 probably at the
That's
highest.
Just in front of a room full of people, and I mean, God, she did a great job. And then Ellen Burstyn, who is a seasoned actress, as the mom, the terror she instilled, which any parent would be like, holy fuck, my kid just peed on the floor in front of a room full of people.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, you really think like physical health is there's something really physically wrong with her going on at that point. You don't even think about anything else. And she did a great job, portraying that, wanting everything, scientifically possible done to her to figure out what is going on, because she refuses to believe that it could be something other naturally or otherworldly. She does a great job in this movie.
She does, and kudos to obviously William Friedkin for steering him. Max von Sydow, fuck, like you said, he played Jesus as Father Merrin, so believable. Brings that, and he doesn't. I think Max von Sydow is an atheist. I think I saw that.
Oh, is he?
Like, yeah. He had the hardest time with the one scene where he was trying to say the words like the power of Christ compels you, and he wasn't able to get it. And William Friedkin said, "What's wrong?" And he said, "I just don't believe in any of this." And William Friedkin kind of put it in perspective for him, and then he went on and did, and he fucking crushed it.
He crushed it.
Oh my God, it was just terrifying. And then Jason Miller, holy shit,
does a great job, and Jason Miller really wasn't even supposed to be Father Karras. They had Stacy Keach, who had been in a previous religious movie where he played a monk or something. I can't remember what it was called, but he was already a seasoned veteran, acting veteran. He was established in that in the acting community, and Jason Miller was just like a screenplay writer. He wasn't really like into all the acting, but when he heard about this character, it seemed like he was really committed and dedicated. He was like hounding William Friedkin, trying to get a spot, trying to get an audition just for the role. And every time he like, could you imagine the movie without Jason Miller as Father Karras?
I couldn't see Stacy Keach.
Me either. Like when he's running around the fucking what's that called? The field,
track.
the track. Yeah. I couldn't see Stacy Keach doing that. Stacey Keach.
Jason Miller looked like a boxer, looked like a priest, looked like a tortured soul.
Yeah.
He was like, that part was for him. And that's how he felt. And he went and I think he sent a tape? No, he flew on his own dime, flew out to LA, met with Friedkin, did it, said, this is me, I have to do it, did the thing, and I think they put him with Ellen Burstyn and someone else, and
they were like,
Friedkin was like, I have to have him.
We gotta have him, yeah.
So they paid Stacy Keach his entire contract and released him from it. He didn't work a day and earned all that money.
All that Exorcist money.
I could not imagine this without Jason Miller.
Me either. It's unfathomable. Like it's just.
And Lee J. Cobb.
Crazy.
His Kenderman, Lieutenant Kenderman.
He really makes it. Like the whole scene when he goes over there to talk to Chris McNeil, and he's like kind of subtly hinting at the possibility that her daughter pushed this fully grown man out of a fucking window to his death. It's just like he did a great job being that trustworthy detective, but we all knew in the background,
too.
in the behind the scenes, he had a reason for why he was doing everything. He did a great job in this whole movie.
He did. He actually played a cop so believable. The way he was in there like the fan, stroking her ego while he was subtly questioning her. It was just fucking perfect, man. It was perfect.
I agree 100%.
This whole cast, I would easily give this a 99.
Okay, I'm in. That's what I was thinking too,
for
man.
Acting. And I mean, the only reason I wouldn't give it 100 is I think you just have to leave that space.
All right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Because what if something comes along? What if is all I'm saying? Somewhere down the road, this movie that just fucking your head explodes.
Blows your mind.
Yeah, you need that at least cushion.
You're right. I don't see it happening, though.
I don't either.
Shit. We're going on, what, 50 years?
50 years.
73? Yeah, man. It's good. It's still top dog.
It is, man. It is. All right. Story. Fuck.
It's a great story, man. Besides...
Read the book. It's fucking great.
Dude, the book is amazing, man. I love that book. But besides the whole thought of, the relic going from, the one that Max von Sydow finds in the beginning in Iraq, and how does it end up in her? Does it end up in her?
It's a flash in the bedroom. It's a flash. No, remember?
I can't. I'm trying.
She's on the bed going and behind her you see the statue like flash. Same with you would see that face flash every once in a while.
So maybe it was just the demon that followed him and just randomly chose her.
What the fuck's the demon's name?
Pazuzu.
Pazuzu, that's it. Yeah.
Which they actually never even mention in the movie. Not until the second movie.
Really?
Yeah, they only mention it in the book.
Yeah.
Great. That's my only thing about it, because that's always been, because I've seen this movie many times.
What's your thing?
Why did they choose her? I know that she had the Ouija board. She was messing with it.
And Captain Trips.
Yeah.
She was talking to Captain Trips.
Was it Trips? Who was Captain Howdy?
Captain Howdy, I'm sorry.
I was going to say.
Sorry, I started watching the fucking Stand. I got it. Fucking Captain Trips is from the Stand. Captain Howdy.
Yeah,
who was the demon.
Yeah, he was the demon, but was Max von Sydow in this area? Why did because the demon was connected to that relic. How did it just randomly choose her? That's always been my kind of thing about the story.
I think it's been a minute since I read the book, and I think you read it more recently.
But in the movie.
Right, I know, but I have a question for you. Also, along these same lines, sort of. The vandalism in the church, the sacrilege in the church where they defaced the statue of Mary. How was that tied in there? Do you remember?
Was it tied into the movie?
I In the movie, slightly. They just showed the statue desecrated.
Or how do they tie in that to the story?
Right. Was it supposed to be like Satanist? Just the place was attracting evil? That, so that's kind of along the lines of what you're...
Yeah, maybe they were like the only exorcist group there. Because wasn't that the church that did that reached out to perform the exorcism in it?
Well, she reached out to Karis.
And Karis
that's
went over
his
there.
Church, right?
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know. I might have to read the book again.
I know I need to read the book again, man. I was like looking around behind the book every time I was reading it.
See,
just
right. Motherfucker, dude.
Just like I was hearing random noises in my fucking house, just like chilling there. That movie and that book is just terrifying to read, and like all of the curse talk around it with, Jason Miller losing a son, dude. Max von Sydow. I think he got into a car accident. Yeah. And just all of this other crazy, like, things that had happened throughout the filming and production of this movie is just nuts. But so let's not get off subject. But so for the story, what you want me to give story first, or what are you thinking?
I can easily give this story. I'll give this story a 99.
A 99?
Yeah.
I see it.
Dude, that story is so thick.
It is. But the thing that gets me is the whole.
Oh.
Yeah,
your thing with the statue.
Yeah, with the statue, like all of that, and then how she was.
Yeah.
Exactly possessed.
Wasn't it in the? I know we're talking about the movie. Wasn't it her dad sent her something in the book? It was like a ring or an artifact or something from.
I don't remember
where Max von Sydow was.
Maybe that might be it. That might be how it happened.
So I think that's why they kind of left that out of the story. And I remember William Friedkin talking about he insisted on doing that opening scene in Iraq where they found the statue and stuff. And I guess that was to be the nod to the book. I don't know. Mr. High.
That's my only thing.
Yeah,
but
I get it.
It's nothing bad because the rest of the story is amazing, man. Like the whole
no gaps.
The whole idea, the way they put this exorcism that seems so realistic to so many religious groups, and it seemed like it's something. It seemed like someone was sitting there watching an exorcism.
This movie affected
writing everything
people
down
profoundly when it came out. You know?
Yeah. So I'll go 99 because it deserves it. It's I can't disrespect it. I'm thinking 98, but I want to go 98.
You can't.
That's a pretty big. That's a problem for me right there. That beginning. What I just been talking about.
Yeah.
That's kind of a problem for me. So I can give it a 98, Dr. Jayhem. Don't tell me I can't.
Motherfucker.
I can. No,
I was saying, out of respect for the movie, not for me.
You're right, 100%. I agree, dude. So special effects, which we have up next, is legendary. They, like we had said earlier, like they had done so much stuff that like added to the art of creating those practical effects, like the whole bed shaking. It's a real bed. They have to the animatronics of creating the fake Reagan doll that turns its head. It looks real, man. It looks exactly like what they were showing us from the beginning, man. It's the whole movie's special effects are just insane. The pea soup, fucking amazing.
Absolutely. Gross.
It was gross,
dude.
And I feel bad for Jason Miller taking that. He get hit right in the face, not even expecting anything. I'm surprised he didn't quit right there.
That would be the part. If this were legit happening and I were a priest and this little demon fucking bitch threw up in my mouth, I'm out. That's it. I'm like, I'm out. I can't do it. This demon's going to come in here and kill this girl.
I was expecting you to say something along the lines of Scary Movie 2 where James Woods starts punching her in the face.
Or he's like,
and then he starts trying to make out with her. Yeah. Dude.
Oh, fuck, dude. No, special effects for this are legendary. Mm-hmm. The way they made her fucking float above the bed.
Yeah.
Dude.
How do you, like, the fact that they were able to pull that off. Because you can't use visual effects in this kind of stuff,
And dude, it still holds up to this day. It holds up perfectly.
I agree.
To this day, I love everything about the movie. Special effects. What you go? Tell me.
like the thing that like one of my favorite scenes from, and it's something that a lot of people, well, I don't know about a lot of people, I can't speak for people, but well, I guess I can, I'm a person. What the fuck am I talking about, dude? But no, I can't speak for other people. For me, the scene where Father Karras, Jason Miller, jumps out of the what's it called, the window, and hits the ground, like that's someone jumping out of that window. Like they had used like rubber, flat, like stuff, like the initial like to like the initial jump, you really don't see any of the stairs. It's not until that cut after he already hits, like that was probably that's just being in that situation and having to do that. Right. It was insane, man, and they do a great job. I'm pretty sure Jason Miller did like his own stunts, which he had a good amount. Like he did a great job in them. So
he's a stage actor.
He was, yeah. And in that form of acting, you have to do everything yourself, because you can't put special visual effects on. Man. Yeah, he did a great job. Special effects, though, this movie it deserves.
It was so ahead of its time for 1973. If you look at other movies that came out in 1973, no wonder this thing won the fucking Oscar.
Yeah, man.
You know, holy fuck.
And it really, like, it was really one of the movies that helped push a new form of horror, bringing in The Omen and other movies that dealt with religion and scary. You know
how much this scared people, and people loved to be scared. And people
wanted to get on that train, but it can never be replicated. I guess that's why it's not the religious one wasn't as overdone like in the 80s with slasher movies. Like they like the religious movie can't. I don't know, man. I just, The Exorcist is different.
It's fucking top of the food chain, and every horror movie should aspire to be this movie.
And it should. I agree, man.
This is what you're shooting for. If you're making horror movies, this is the movie that you should be shooting for.
This is it,
because this is timeless, and the special effects.
99%.
Absolutely.
I can't do anything.
99%. This is so exciting. Yeah. This is very exciting here at the Horror High Studios.
Yeah.
We are very. I am stopping right now, and I am saying 100%.
For Terror Factor.
For me. And I will elaborate on whatever aspect. The whole thing scares me. Like I said, I had to psych myself up to watch this. And made Mrs. Jayhem stay up so that I could watch it. Yeah. It scares me, man. It was my upbringing. I was an altar boy and shit. And, I mean, this stuff just hits. You can relate to a lot of it. It's scary,
dude. Yeah, it's one of the scariest movies
ever.
And I would agree with you. 100% sounds like a great number or a great grade for me. And it's not really like all on the surface scary. It's just things that are said, you know. And there is that really scary surface part with Reagan turning into a demon, and getting, or all of the blasphemy type shit that she's saying and the things that she is doing. Like there is that real like 100% fear on the surface, but it's under the surface too. Whenever Father Karras first shows up to help Reagan, and she's like, "Can you help a poor old father or altar boy out, dude. Father?" And it's the dude that was in the subway. There's those little hints at the demon, previous, that this demon has been following all of them around.
Why you do this to me, Demi?
Yeah,
Demi, why you do this to me, Demi?
That's what I'm saying,
it's so
man.
Fucking scary. Do you know how sad that would fucking be, dude?
I'd cry.
I mean, as Father Karras, you would lose your fucking mind.
I'd lose it.
Your fucking mother's voice, who you felt so guilty about not being there when she died, is speaking from this fucking abomination.
And then the things that the demon says after he stops acting like the mom. He's what does he say? Your mom sucks cock in hell.
Your mom sucks cocks in hell.
Dude, it was some of the most like
let Jesus fuck you as she's jamming a crucifix into her vagina.
There were so many fucking taboo things going on in this movie,
dude,
but the way it was done,
fuck.
Yeah, it was it went almost. It's got to be the most what's it called? Close to the book adaptation of anything ever, man. And that was William Friedkin going through the book, just
highlighting what he wanted to keep.
All the shit that he wants to keep in it.
Because
geniuses.
I think Blatty wrote a screenplay for it. And
'cause-
Friedkin was like, no, it was way too long. Like he was trying, and so that's when, like you said, he started highlighting shit in the book and was like, this is what I want in it.
Yeah.
Everything else can go.
Yeah. That was one of Peter Blatty's like biggest problem, or I think that was his only problem with it, because he was friends with everybody who was on the move, or in contact with the movie, especially William Friedkin. But that was one of the things, like, he thought that there was some stuff left out because of how much he wanted to put in the screenplay. Like, he's always had problems with all of the movies that had come out. There's some little problem with all of the movies that had come out. He had he had to do Exorcist 3 himself. And then I think he redid Legion, or was that the two directors that did the two different versions of Legion? Exorcist 4,
that was the two different directors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because the ending, that's when they threw another $1 million at it to add the special effects for the exorcism.
In 3, yeah.
Yeah.
100%, man. Terror factor.
Absolutely.
100.
Dude, that's right. That's where it should be, right?
You can't take that away from
can't.
it. It's scary as fuck.
I can drop back down to 99 for production value, but I thought, right? Or maybe 98. I mean, everything felt scary to me. They spent the money for 1973. It was incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Before I forget, for Terror Factor, there's another aspect of it I bet you don't realize as terrifying, but because I have kids, watching Reagan getting the spinal where they're sticking the tube in her neck,
dude,
and the blood spraying out, and you're watching your kid, her mom's like crying, just all of it, the acting, the fucking terror.
That whole scene makes me cringe more than any other movie or any other scene in that entire movie.
Sticking the shit in their neck like in
as soon as the blood comes out,
yeah.
I just go, oh, what the fuck, man?
Right.
Just thinking about that, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't even just all of the paranormal shit that was going on that made you scared. It was the shit that she was going through in the hospitals that people go through almost like daily.
Right.
It's just.
Oh shit! And they would put her. It was like a torture MRI.
Yeah,
they stick her in it. It's like bang, 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 bang. Fucking
That's
crazy.
Right, man.
All I was thinking was, man, if that were me, I'd be high and I'd be freaking out, freaking the fuck out.
I'd be losing my shit.
Fuck.
Man.
I am a little bit of a baby these days.
Dr. Jayhem and Mr.
Monsters.
Yup.
A lot of monsters. That's a broad topic.
That is a very broad topic, and I'm glad you brought that up, man, because there are many different types of monsters. You have the alien monsters, like in underwater, or an alien, and then you got like the fucking mythological monsters like Bigfoot,
dragons,
Cthulhu, shit like that, dude. You can probably come up with anything. And then you got the legendary monsters like the Japanese monsters and Godzilla and King Ghidorah and all of them. What were they called? What were they called? Shinsu monsters or something like that. Yeah.
Mothra.
Oh yeah, all of them crazy ones that had their own like fucking sequels and shit, dude. It's a very broad
huge
topic.
I mean, The Thing, is that aliens too?
Hell, dude, yeah, The Thing is aliens, but The Thing is everything, man.
Right, it's
that motherfucker.
Yeah, Jesus.
I love The fucking Thing, man. And we've talked about Halloween. We fucking dedicated an entire episode to Halloween.
We have, yes.
But The Thing by John Carpenter is probably like close second.
Absolutely,
real close. Dude. Actually, no, it's probably second, like real close to first, man. That movie, all of the actors overall, you got Charles Hallahan, you got Keith David, you got fucking Kurt Russell. Like, it's an all-star cast, man. And that movie is an amazing as effects go. With Rob Bottin, a fucking wizard in the practical effects world,
and I forget
man.
what I watched,
horror.
where they were saying that the effects got panned. Like
Dude,
they said that they were garbage.
people hated it when the movie came out.
Awesome when it came out.
Yeah, but it was like too much for them. You know, it was too gross.
I guess.
It was too graphic.
good.
People hated it, man. There were labels being in theater or in newspapers saying that it was like John Carpenter, the inventor of gore porn or some shit like that. It was just weird shit like that. So they were just like saying that it was like the worst possible, visuals. But the way, like, they weren't looking at the beauty of Rob Boutini's fucking work, man. When Charles Hallahan's head pops
Spider
off
legs.
and then the spider legs,
Fuck
dude,
yeah.
You've got to be fucking kidding. Dude,
I
that's one of the
love
most
everything about
iconic
it, yeah.
lines, bro.
I love that movie. I love the effects. I loved everything about that movie for sure. One of my favorite creature features.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. That's a great movie, and I'm surprised to hear you say that because of all of the, the dog killings in it.
I know,
dude.
but they were just so.
Oh, it was necessary for the building of the story, 100%. But damn, man, that movie is an amazing piece of work.
Yeah, absolutely.
And John Carpenter
Way
is
underrated.
a fucking master.
He's a genius.
Genius.
I just watched another John Carpenter recently. I forget what it is, but man, I was like, man, is this dude underrated? He like his other shit besides Halloween. Like there is more to him. You know?
He's got a ton of stuff.
Absolutely.
I mean, you got Escape from New York.
The Fog. Watch
The
fucking
Fog.
I love The Fog.
Dude, wasn't Christine? You got Christine.
Yeah. John Carpenter did that.
You got Elvis with Kurt Russell. You've got They Live. Dude, we could do an entire fucking episode on John Carpenter himself. The dude is a legend in the industry, and it's very unfortunate that when the movie first came out,
John Carpenter, you should come on the Horror High podcast with us.
that'd be cool.
That'd be really fucking cool.
But yeah, dude, just like seeing this part of his mind and giving his special effects artist so much freedom to create. Rob Bottin was just walking up to him like, dude, look what I drew up. And John Carpenter was like, can you fucking do that? Are you sure you can pull that off? And he was like, trust me, watch this, it's gonna work, man. And he would go out there and he was pulling off the craziest effects, all of those things. There's a bunch of tubes shooting out, man, there's everything moving. There's that scene, going back to the Charles Hallahan scene, where the fucking tongue wraps around and pulls his head towards the desk, man. That movie is one of the greatest monster movies ever made.
Dude, how tense is the scene when he's testing the blood with the hot wire, and you're just like, oh shit, and everyone's like, and you're like, oh fuck.
The first time you watch that movie, you're on the edge of your seat. Absolutely,
and things like, that's fucking great. I love that movie.
Yeah, 100%. And there's something about these monster movies that just love to do metaphors. And I don't know if John Carpenter ever actually meant for it to turn into like a metaphor movie. You know how like in Godzilla, the metaphor for Godzilla, it was the atomic bomb. That's kind of like what. Well, that's what they based the destruction and the story kind of around. That's how it had
that's how
been.
It mutated.
Yeah, and then you got Cloverfield with 9/11. All of the destruction, no one knowing. It's kind of like a party. But there with the Thing, they kind of. Well, I don't know if they kind of, but there were like theories out there saying that it was like an AIDS metaphor.
Cloverfield?
No.
Oh.
The Thing.
Oh. No.
Yeah, I mean they were saying that because because of the paranoia. Huh?
That's a remake.
No, I've been talking about the original Thing.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, my bad.
Because no, it's all good. No, I'm talking about the original Thing. They're saying that they said that like I've seen things where they've said, the paranoia, all of the you can't trust anyone, all of that. Like during the 80s, there was a big AIDS outbreak, and shit like that. They were just trying to say, but I don't think it's really as validated as like the Godzilla type of metaphor throughout it. But
is this the Thing you're talking about?
Yes.
There's an original before this.
I know. Okay. I know. I've been talking about this the whole time.
Okay,
I never brought up anything else.
I thought you were saying you were talking about the other one. I'm sorry.
Nope. Just talk. That's why I said the 80s, man.
Okay.
But yeah, no, this movie is amazing, and like throughout the whole thing, like.
But that's what I was thinking though. Like if it was supposed to be a metaphor for AIDS, this came out like the original thing came out way before AIDS was a thing.
I know. I'm talking about this one.
Right.
The 80s.
That's they were saying that they adapted this to be about AIDS.
People like you know how the audience always kind of like looks deeper into movies and stuff like that in some sort of like subtle context. People were saying and like saying there were theories out there, and there were like news articles being ran talking about how, you know, this movie kind of is really like what's the word is really like a metaphor, I guess. For that kind of shit. Yeah. That was just what I was saying.
I got you. No, I wanted to understand because that's interesting. But
all the paranoia and shit.
Right. I know. People have conspiracy theories about fucking everything.
Everything.
So you brought up Cloverfield, and I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority. I fucking hate Cloverfield.
You hate a lot of stuff, man.
I don't, man. But I think Cloverfield,
there is not an episode that we have put out where you haven't said, I fucking hate this thing.
Well, that's because I'm fair. I call them like I see them. I'm not going to give Cloverfield no love.
About Cloverfield.
I don't. It gave me a headache, and I thought I saw it a long time ago. And I was like, all right, maybe it's just because it's been a while. And I watched it last night. And I was like, no. And I don't care about any of them. They're all fucking cunts. Like, I want them all to fucking be killed anyway. They're so annoying, the cast. Mm-hmm. Except for the kid from Superstore, which he's not really in it that much.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the beginning.
His name Ben Miller or something?
Yeah, he comes with the ex-girlfriend or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he does a good job in that movie. And this movie, I really like this one. And I'm a big fan of...
A lot of people.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the found footage style movies, but I understand completely. This would, if there was any movie out there that would give you a headache just from watching it, it would definitely be Cloverfield. That's understandable.
I get the shaky 100%. Cam, but that was like way over the top shaky cam.
But the monster, like the sets, the way they created the destruction, man, it was all just so fucking perfect. Like all the things to see behind the scenes just always seem like it always seemed like it was better than the way the movie actually portrayed it. Like, I don't know, man. This movie gets a lot of respect from me just from how, who was that? Michael Dougherty? No, he did Trick or Treat. And
Matt Reeves directed this.
Matt Reeves?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cloverfield, right?
Cloverfield, yeah.
Yeah, Matt Reeves, man. He just did a great job, I think he did a great job creating the tension and just the fear behind that shaky camera, man. And the scene in the tunnel, dude, when the girl gets bitten, oh my god.
I know, but I didn't care about any of these people.
Yeah,
I didn't care if anything happened to them.
It was still cool. It was amazing. And then when she like just blows up, that shit was crazy, man.
I don't know, man. It's just hard to get past that fucking the shakiness of it and not liking the characters. It's just too much for me anyway.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you say I know it all?
Huh?
Did you say I know it all?
I should have fucking said that. Nah, we all have our opinions, and sometimes we're wrong, Dr. J. No, I'm just kidding, dude.
All right, so I brought up Cloverfield. What else did you watch?
I still can't understand why you don't like Cloverfield.
I mean, I do like. I'll tell you, my favorite part of Cloverfield was the little bit of the monster you get to see,
dude. And the crazy thing about that is like that's not even a full grown monster,
right?
That's just a baby.
Well, I like the Cloverfield universe. I like 10 Cloverfield Lane.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
I like that. What was it, the Cloverfield Paradox or something like that?
You like that one over the original Cloverfield? The first
I'd watch that over the original.
Okay.
At least I wouldn't. That movie wouldn't give me a headache. You know, when I was done, I'd be able to fucking stand up and walk a straight line.
That's crazy.
But no, I do like the story. I just wish that was done a little bit better. I think I could have enjoyed it a little bit with a better cast and maybe better shooting.
Some new people.
They were. Well, Lizzie Kaplan, I guess that was new for her at the time, but she's done some stuff. You got T.J. Miller.
He was also not in anything until, he was in Garfield, I think.
And I like T.J. Miller, but him behind the camera fucking annoyed me.
Hey.
So
him
what
in front
else?
of the camera kind of annoys me. Like only role I really like him in is Deadpool.
Yeah,
Cracks
yeah.
me the fuck up in Deadpool.
Yeah, there was something else he was in. He wasn't bad. I think it was that one that was filmed here. I didn't mind him.
Really?
Yeah, She's Out of My League or something like that.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So
I also watched Animal. You said you may have seen that.
I think like whenever I was watching the trailer, I probably put it on and just like started doing something else. You know, maybe looking at my phone. It looked really familiar.
Eve's in it for like a second.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
She's the very first kill.
No, she's a good actress. Man.
And
She's in all the stuff.
That was actually from Drew Barrymore's production company. It's the first movie that her production company put out that she actually didn't star in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, but it was okay. The creature was kind of cool, like in the poster, but when you actually saw it, the CGI was meh.
Really?
You know? Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't
CGI
great.
Fucks it up.
But she was really good. That Joey Lauren Adams, she was in like Clerks and some other shit. She did a good job. She was actually probably the bigger name in it.
Nice, man.
But yeah, it was okay. I like creature features though. Like if I were to put my favorite genres in order, it'd probably be anthologies, and then second would either be zombies or creatures, which kind of go together.
Really?
Yeah. I really enjoy. Like
I love zombies.
I love zombies and I love creatures.
My number two.
Like how
religion though. Religious movies.
See, but that's different. That's
Come
like super
on.
scary.
Yeah,
I'm talking
but
about movies I like to watch.
Yeah, but you know you love you
I do like
you
being
put
scared.
two movies in your top two. You
I know,
have to.
they
You
are.
cannot put them. You can't say that that's in your least favorite
Even
genre.
that Mexican horror movie that was on Netflix that I said, that Beelzebub.
Oh yeah, Beelzebub.
Dude, that was fucking crazy.
Dude,
I'm still fucked up over that.
that movie is nuts, man. The amount of child killing in that movie was
carnage.
fucking insane.
Insane.
I've never seen a movie.
Dead baby insane. It's insane. Fucking.
Was the dude from Narcos in there? Well,
Yes.
Yeah.
That Pedro. The dude. Isn't that the. Wait a minute.
I don't remember his name.
No.
But I thought someone from Narcos was in it.
Yeah. He was the one cartel guy. Mm-hmm. He played the one major detective, or the main detective.
Yeah, it sounds right, man. I don't know. I love monster movies, and I love like all the different subgenres of monster movies, because you can also throw in the classic monsters, the Wolfman, the fucking Frankenstein's monster, vampire, or the Dracula,
Creature from the Black
Lagoon, Mummy, and then that also brings in Brendan Fraser's mummies, which can also, dude, like there's so like
they were excellent,
dude.
I'm not gonna lie.
I watched that one. I watched part 2 last night, and I was actually thinking, I was like, man, you know, I could like. The Mummy Returns is the more fun movie to watch, and it's always the one that I can watch anytime. But the first movie's so much better.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, like I was thinking about it, I was like, man, that first movie's so good.
So good. A Knocks on a Moon.
All of it. From start to finish, the movie's amazing.
All of it, absolutely. I agree. It's just one of those movies. Everything about it was perfect. Wouldn't change a thing.
I agree.
Did you like the Tom Cruise Mummy?
You know what? I watched half of it and I fell asleep, but I remember liking what I had seen. I thought it was pretty cool. I haven't gotten back to it though. You
know what pushed it over the top for me is the actress that plays like the Mummy Guardian chick in the Tom Cruise one. She's good.
Was she the one in Suicide Squad?
I believe she was in the one with the English kid from Eddie the Eagle. You know the about the English spies. What the fuck?
Oh man, that was the Golden Circle.
No. The and Rouges or Bros about the shoes. What the fuck is that called, dude?
You're talking about the spy one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
with the dude. Oh God, you know Eddie.
I
the
do
Eagle,
know
dude.
it. Yeah,
bitch.
Yeah, Edgerton. Something Edgerton.
Taron Egerton.
Yeah. Her name is Sophia Boutella.
Yes, that's her.
The Kingsman. I knew it was something circle.
God almighty,
A,
all the
dude.
technology we have, and we're all struggling. The Kingsman.
I'm disgusted.
So she was in the second one. What was the movie where she had like blades for feet? Do you remember? Was that the Kingsman?
Yeah. Oh, so that's who she was. She was Samuel Jackson's henchman.
Yes.
That's right.
And she was sick in that.
Dude, she was crazy.
Yeah.
The way she was so nimble and beating everyone's ass, man.
I actually thought that they were her. I had to look her up.
Really?
I thought that she was like a Pastorius feat, you know?
Yeah.
That was fucking crazy. But yeah, she was really good. But I did like her in The Mummy, and that Tom Cruise Mummy isn't bad.
That's what I always hear. I need to get back to it. Like I said, I remember liking what I had seen. But you know what it was, man? I don't know if you remember the chocolate bar from a long time ago that I had bought. Or not bought. Actually, I don't know. That I gotten from you, and it got me.
It got you.
Really, really to the point where I was passing out, man. I remember like looking behind me, like not even paying attention. Like I was like laying on the couch, face first into the fucking crevice or whatever, not looking behind me, just trying to go to sleep because it had me
all kind of fucked up. Yeah.
Dazed. So that's why I didn't watch The Mummy. It was your fucking fault, Dr. J.
Sure.
No,
it sounds like you had a scary experience anyway.
It was, dude. Yeah, man. But no, so yeah, you can throw these into the fucking monster subgenres too. But
Mrs. Jayhem, this is one of her favorite movies.
The Mummy? Yeah, I don't blame her, dude.
This and Constantine.
Really? Keanu Reeves, you can't beat it, man.
Right.
Oh man.
So I do want to talk though about The Unnameable. You did not get a chance to see that.
I didn't watch
that.
I
never
either.
saw that, right?
I've never seen it. No.
So The Unnameable came out in 1988 by, I guess, a French director, Jean-Paul Ouellet. But it's an H.P. Lovecraft story, and I never really thought I was an H.P. Lovecraft kind of guy. But apparently he has influenced quite a lot of horror with his stories, and, you know, it's been adapted so many times. But I learned so much, like the Necronomicon, that's not a real book, but it's been referenced in so many works of fiction that it's almost taken on its own persona. And the same with Miskatonic University. Do you know about Miskatonic University?
I don't think so. What is that?
Miskatonic University is like in this movie, the students go to Miskatonic University, and I guess it's on the Miskatonic River, and it's in Arkham, Massachusetts. All of that is fake. It's H.P. Lovecraft made it up. He made up
like
the Miskatonic.
Maine,
yeah, he made up
like
the Miskatonic River. He made up the Necronomicon. He made up the university, and then people fucking reference it in different stories. Like Evil Dead, the Necronomicon makes a huge appearance in that. It's in video games and everything.
Yeah, dude, you see the Necronomicon and everything, dude. Was he like in 1800s or early 1900s?
He was like 1922, I think. Some shit was coming out. But yeah, he was way ahead of his time with his story writings and his techniques. And that movie, The Unnameable, I remember getting that. That was like one of those movies you'd get and you'd have girls over and they'd get scared. I've talked about it before. And so I never really watched it all the way through, but I did the other night, and I was like, it was okay. But you can see it's dated, and it has some humor to it. But I didn't mind it. If you have a chance, you should check it out. I think it was on Prime.
Yeah, I don't think you ever steered me wrong in the movies, but you do. You like your movies from that you watched as
nostalgic.
Younger.
Right.
You really enjoy your nostalgic ones, and you give them much more credit sometimes.
Well, a lot of them are 80s. They are. A lot of them are 80s. That's why I'm a huge fan, because that's when I came up. The Unnameable is not great.
No,
it's not great. But I'd put it up against what's the one with the summer camp?
Sleepaway Camp.
Yes, I'd put it up against that easy for sure.
I really like Sleepaway Camp.
You do.
I do. Yeah, Sleepaway Camps.
I like it too.
I like the first two a lot.
Yeah.
The third one was fucking terrible.
Which one had the creepy character actor dude in the tent and he was like molesting the girl? Dude, this dude has been in so much stuff. He has the curly hair. Oh, if you've seen the Sleepaways, I know you've seen. He's like always all. He was in The Princess Bride. I think he was one of the.
Okay.
He's been in a lot of stuff, but he's in the tent with the girl. Like, he's like supposed to be in the scene with her or something. Do you remember that? Does that sound familiar?
It's not really sounding familiar.
Oh, no. Fuck. I'll look it up and I will talk. Because I remember watching it being like, this is so painfully creepy. But I do enjoy all those movies. They're funny. I think they're cool.
Which actress was the main?
I can't. I remember him because he's been in so many things.
See?
And he almost seems like he's a special needs person.
Oh, wow.
Because the way he acts. I don't think he is, but it seems that way.
But he's acting that way?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I really like the Felissa Rose original.
I do too.
One Sleepaway Camp way better, you know. Could have gone without the surprise at the end, but you know, hey,
which was
do what you got to do, I guess.
Especially for the time.
I know, right? What was it, 1988?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow, the movie's nuts. Anyway, let's get back on to monsters, dude.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
And I know we've talked about it before. King Kong versus Godzilla. Who wins?
See, now, we talked about it before, and I said Godzilla, but you brought up good points that I didn't even consider.
That's all I wanted to hear.
Yeah, so now I just need to basically reevaluate the whole situation. I would have to... I think there's a lot of factors before you can make that decision, like who strikes first, if it's a sneak attack, you know.
In the trailer, they have a Godzilla fighting him before he even gets on land, like in the water. Right. In my opinion, I feel like that's where he wins.
Godzilla wins.
Godzilla wins in the water because, you know,
he's amphibious.
I don't know how fast King Kong is at swimming, but I couldn't imagine him being faster than the fucking, you know, an aquatic lizard.
Right. But
King Kong, or
that
Godzilla.
being said, like in the poster that I saw where they're kind of squared off or facing each other in the city, and it looks like Kong's in the middle of a bum rush, you know, with the way he's coming at him. I can see that too because they're fast, you know, coming across. And like we were saying, for Godzilla to charge up his thermonuclear fire breath, it takes a minute. It's not like, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna
he's
take
got to light that
time.
tail up.
Dude, I hope they bring back King Ghidorah or bring back some of the other people like Rodan or Gaihan or, you know, people like have they brought Mothra? Mothra wasn't in King of Monsters, was it?
Yeah, Mothra was huge in it.
Yeah? All right. See, I need to rewatch that one. It's been a while.
In the very beginning, Vera Farmiga talks to Mothra with the whatever it is.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm remembering that. Dude, Michael Dougherty's first Godzilla was... I enjoyed it a lot.
Was that the one with Matthew Broderick?
No, 2014.
Okay.
No, that was 99.
Right.
I don't remember who directed that one, but that shit was garbage.
It was
I don't even know why people talk about that one, dude. That movie, it should have had such better visual effects than it did, man. Just like the way that they were trying to do practice, like they had the right formula, in my opinion. You know, they were making it a lizard, a radioactive lizard. I guess it's a little bit more realistic. I mean, I guess, you know, because it's more realistic than a monster in the ocean waking up.
Right.
But, you know, they were trying to make it more realistic. The fucking practical effects should have looked good. The way they had the buildings falling, debris, you know, I think they actually had like a replica of the lizard, of the actual monster. I didn't think it was that bad, actually. It wasn't the worst thing.
Dude, I loved these movies as a child. Talk about nostalgic movies. Shit. I'd watch these in the I think it was Saturday afternoons they would put these on, usually a double feature. I'd be like, oh, it's raining? I'm fucking watching monster movies. And it was all of them. It was Godzilla versus fucking... not Mothra, fucking, I don't even remember, Ringu, or, you know, there were so many different ones, but I loved these movies, and it was a dude in a suit, you know, that was Godzilla.
Every time. The effects were so, like, simple back then.
They were,
they just built mini replicas and destroyed them.
Yeah.
It was amazing, and it
Baby
works
Godzilla.
out so well.
I remember
Dude,
Baby Godzilla, too, or Son of Godzilla.
Son of Godzilla is where it really started. Like I think that movie was what really started the second period of Godzilla movies, and that was like the really funny Godzilla movies. Because after that, they started like gearing more towards the comedic side, man.
That was like Scrappy Doo to Scooby Doo.
Exactly. Yeah, man. That one was. That's probably like the worst period of Godzilla movies, man. But then again, I can't really say that because there were some that like Godzilla versus Mothra and Ghidorah, King Ghidorah, like I was also considered that part of the era.
And Rodan was in there too, right?
No, I think this not the movie that I'm talking about, but yeah, he was definitely. I think there's a couple of fights between them. Either way, man, the original Godzilla though, if you go back and watch that one was so like terrifying to even think about to this day, like. the people of Japan are still afraid of nuclear attacks, and during this time in the 50s, Americans were still testing radioactive bombs on, Japanese oceans, and it was causing mutations in some food supplies, and people were still afraid of the power that that sort of natural disaster, or not really natural, but created disaster caused. And for Godzilla coming out at the time that it did and doing what it did and creating the story and the imagery, and I don't know why I cannot, or who was it, Ishiro Honda, I believe he was the director of the original Godzilla in 1954, and he just did a great job of showing certain images and pictures of the destruction and the scenes in the Godzilla's path, your destruction path. It looked just like parts from or scenes from or pictures from World War II. Right. It brought back the memories for those people, and I think
it's traumatic.
I think that traumatic feeling is what really created so much fear, man. Honestly, it wasn't until they brought in or I think it was 3 Godzilla, or the third one, where they brought in that American actor, that really famous American actor, that it started getting comedic.
I can't remember the American. If you say it, I might remember.
Yeah.
I just remember. I don't remember ever being scared of them. I just remember them being so much fun. I loved them, man. I love these movies.
That original one, though, man.
Well, as a Godzilla, that's what I was going to say about King of the Monsters, the 2019 release. As a fan of the movies as a kid, man, that was a great movie, because they took that little Godzilla guy in a suit and turned it into that, which was amazing,
Actually, it might have been King of the Monsters where they brought in the American actor. I don't know. But keep going, I'm sorry.
No. I was just saying that how it was Michael Dougherty was in King of the Monsters.
Michael Dougherty?
Right.
All right, yeah, I think that's what I was talking.
He directed, yeah.
Oh, no, I was talking about the original King of the Monsters. My bad. From 50, I think that was 50, 57, 60 maybe. Yeah.
But I
Raymond Burr, that's his name.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Yeah. He had a show here that was real famous.
Yeah, he was a really popular American actor, and it wasn't until the American until it started appealing towards American audiences more. That's when it started becoming more comedic, and it left that dramatic, destruction, full on realistic destruction values, or not values, but elements from the original movie.
Well, just watching the movies now, can you imagine the amount of lives lost and the destructive path of these monsters battling each other? I mean, hundreds of thousands of lives, especially Japan, and oh my gosh.
Yeah. The numbers could be unimaginable, or with it being something that they actually thought they had lived through already in the atomic bombs. I guess it wasn't really unimaginable. It was unimaginable to them. They had lived through it already. It's all just craziness just behind this, all the stories behind the fucking Godzilla. But that first one was scary, in my opinion.
The 1954 first one, or the newer?
Yeah, the 1954 first one, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, as a kid, sure, they're always scared for me, because I was a big baby. But it seems like the Korean monster movies are having a surge, or they have in the past couple of years, which I'm digging, because I'm becoming a big fan of the Korean horror scene. I love Train to Busan. I love that #Alive.
Yes.
I even watched that series on Netflix, Sweet Home.
Oh yeah, see, you've been telling me about that.
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it because I wasn't. You got to be in the mood to read, when there's subtitles.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it, and yeah, I didn't bother me to read them. But I also recently watched The Host, which I know you watched, and I enjoyed that. Not being a huge CGI guy, it is all CGI, pretty much, the effects in that.
Yeah.
But I kind of said to Mr. High earlier, it reminded me of a Korean version of Tremors. which I love the movie Tremors. I love the
It's amazing.
comedic factor. It's not as good as Tremors by any means, but it had that kind of feel. It's just, I have a hard time with the Korean culture. I just don't think I get it. Because I can't get behind some of the stuff they do.
Yeah, some of the stuff they do, like that whole scene where they're crying, and I understand, mourning
your
loss
daughter
of your family member, your daughter especially. But the way they were like dragging each other down and like screaming at the top of their lungs.
Do they do that? Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
They get so crazy emotionally.
Yeah, but see, things that I had heard, like even or specifically for like actors and actresses, like. Crying scenes are so hard for them, and like maybe I didn't think that crying was really a thing like that. Well, I can't. I'm not trying to say a thing that doesn't happen, but like I thought that they're like it was more like especially in that sort of aspect, like they try to like keep themselves composed. They think about it in different ways.
That's the thing. I don't know about their culture.
See,
they may be like that too. The girl that played the sister, the one that shot the arrows, she actually did that really. She was believable when she came walking in crying.
Hell yeah, she was.
The other ones, it seemed almost funny.
Yeah.
Right? Like I wasn't sure. But overall, I didn't mind the movie. I thought it was kind of cool. It's a fun watch. You do have to read it.
Yeah.
It is subtitled.
I love the beginning, like the first like 35, 40 minutes, but when it started going into like the disease, and it was like they were talking about trying to you don't like after a certain point you don't even see the monster again.
Right.
Like that's where I don't think you see it again, and from the time that they get into the compound and he's like getting all of them fucking tests done to him. I don't think you see the monster again. At least I didn't see it.
At the end, the monster comes up where they're all protesting, and that thing spitting smoke in his daughter's, spoiler alert, in the monster's mouth. Do you remember seeing that? Did you fall asleep?
No, I watched it all the way through.
The daughter's in the monster's mouth. He jumps up and that gas hits him, and I guess the daughter falls out. And the dad, that's it. The dad goes over, sees her hand, because the monster like dies from the smoke, pulls her out. She's holding a little boy. Daughter's dead.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then, but yeah, no, I didn't mind it.
There's not enough of the monster.
No, and the coolest part of the monster is the way he would drop from the bridge. That was my favorite part.
Dude, it was like he was a bat. That was really awesome, cool. Man. No, I did enjoy that part.
But and I know you watched Monstrum, which is another Korean horror movie.
Monstrum is amazing. Was The Howling, or what? I can't remember. It was like the Train to Busan werewolf movie.
Oh, Howl. It was called Howl. Yeah.
Was that a Korean movie? I cannot remember.
I want to say it was. It was just Howl.
That movie was awesome.
Oh, wait, no. What, was it Korean or were they speaking? I think they were speaking American. I don't remember if I read
Speaking American.
English.
The fuck?
You speak American here.
I think they might have been British.
They were speaking the Queen's English.
They were speaking the Queen's English. No, I can't remember exactly what, but
it was called Howl. I wish someone would look it up. Oh my God.
Either way, man, Monstrum though was a great monster.
Yeah, movie, I really enjoyed it because in the beginning I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a real thing or if it was going to be like in their heads or. I really liked it too.
I thought it was going to be the government turning on them.
Right.
The fuck's wrong with Smuggins?
I don't know. Smuggins is having a breakdown. I think Smuggins is sneaking buddies.
Yeah, he's been dipping in the heavenly sweet edibles.
Heavenly sweet and delicious. But no, I liked Howl. I just can't remember if it was. I don't think it was Korean. I think it was American because I remember not liking. Was it the werewolf? The werewolf was bad. The story was good.
Terrible,
yeah,
man.
The werewolf was so bad.
The whole
idea. The story was cool. Yeah, no, the director's Paul Hyatt, so it had to be. I'd imagine it was here. Yeah, they're all American names. I just don't see any Korean names. You know, that's all. Jeez, oh man.
Dr. Jayhem and Mr.
So guys, that wraps up another episode here at Horror High. We got a couple of really good homework assignments for you. For the first one, we have Monstrum, which you can watch on Shudder. We're really excited to rewatch it. I haven't seen it in a while. Great monster movie though. And the second movie is going to be Animal. We believe it's on Amazon Prime, but It's probably not that hard to find. It looks like a good movie in the trailer that I watched, and I'm really excited to check it out. And can't wait to talk to you guys about it. So, this has been Dr. Jayhem Mr. High, and as always, keep it creepy.
What's up, guys? This is Dr. Jayhem, and me and Mr. High would love to hear from you. So please reach out via Twitter at HorrorHigh20 or via Instagram at horror_high_podcast, or just look us up on the web, Horror High Podcast. We'll show up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all our podcast sites, but definitely get a hold of us. Let us know what you'd like us to watch, who you'd like us to talk about, and we'll get right to it.
This has been Horror High, and thanks for tuning in this week for another edition of this podcast. Come back next week when Dr. Jayhem and Mr. High grade your homework, and we'll be back. And as always, keeping it creepy.